Sometimes you think you're doing the right thing, you're heading in a direction and you're going full force, and you determine along the way that you need to shift. There's a pivot that needs to happen. Things need to change because what you've been doing the entire time has not been working for you. That is the case this season with Grow an Online Business. This is the podcast where I am recording and documenting my journey to build a YouTube channel. And I'll tell you what, I have gone through some ups and downs, some ins and outs. Some things have changed this last week. I had an epiphany, was up really late last night, and I have figured out that I'm going to take this in a different direction. It's quite interesting. I know I've been doing those tests. For those of you who know or have been listening, I've been running some tests on the short form content and then making that short form content, basically chopping up the longer form content, putting out the shorter form content, and seeing how much difference it's making as far as accomplishing or grabbing audience and watch time and all of those things. And it is incredibly different. And I thought that the test would show me that the problem was, the length or the hook, the story, the whatever. And I realized it's not that at all. I think I need to pivot the type of content I'm doing and where. So while this podcast has been getting more and more popular, people are starting to pay attention, starting to listen to it. And I think it's because I don't mind sharing all of the problems I'm having, basically telling everyone about the things that are not working. And I think there's something refreshing about following along someone's journey. And I think that's the problem with my YouTube channel, is my YouTube channel is just me trying to showcase the fact that I'm having a hard time even saying the word expert, but that I am a therapist that specializes in relationship therapy. And while I do believe that relationships are insanely important, that those actually determine the quality of the well-being of our lives, I think that the thread that holds all of that together is communication. And if we are not communicating well with one another, then all of our relationships fail, and hence so does our own well-being, both mental and physical well-being. And so I want to be able to promote that and begin to help people see their world, see their reality, their lives in a different manner, a different way than they're seeing them. And I realize too that YouTube isn't the avenue for that. And I've been talking to my nephew. My nephew's been helping me out. He's quite a bit younger than me. I understand I'm getting up in age, and so I get my mind gets stuck on doing something a certain way. And I say, no, this is the this is the outcome I'm looking for, and this is the way I want to get it. And I'm realizing now that those two things are completely separate. I can either do the method that I want to do, or I can choose the outcome. But I can't necessarily do both, because the method I want to use to get to where I want to go may not arrive me at the place I want to get to. So yes, I want to build a thriving, successful content creation company. And I've realized what I'm actually needing to do and what I'm going to be transitioning to next season, because I think I'm going to take an in season 5. Season 5 was me trying my hardest to build out the YouTube channel the way I was trying to build it out, through the method I was trying. And I think now's the time, and it calls for a hard pivot. And I'm going to pivot the channel in a different direction. I'm not going to end it. I'm not going to stop it. I'm not going to whatever, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to adjust the focus and the direction that it's headed. And I haven't fully and completely wrapped my head around where yet, but I do know that the relationship and communication videos that I want to be doing, I'm not going to be taking a shotgun approach and doing stuff like how to better your communication, how to speak and connect with someone on a better. And then also doing a video directly after that that's how to cut off contact completely with people. I think those are ridiculous. That just the idea of all of it doesn't make sense. I think you can utilize some things and some techniques to accomplish what you're looking to. But I think most of the people that are watching, let's say the no contact rule, for instance, I think they're misusing it anyway. They're trying to create connection, and they're using no contact in order to try and do that. So I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to make sure that all of my videos, everything that I'm making, short form content wise wraps around that idea, relationship and communication, how to better your relationship through communication. And I think that's where I'm going to send all my short form content, because I think realistically it makes sense. Are you trying to talk to, someone, your partner? Are you trying to communicate with somebody and getting misunderstandings? It feels like you're always talking to a brick wall. You're not being or you're not being understood, whatever. I think I can do those videos in a 45 seconds to a minute. I give you one quick pointer. Here it is. Do try this. Boom, try this. Boom, try this. And you do those things day after day after day, time after time, and your communication is going to get better. I don't think that a 15 or 20 minute video on how to better your communication is something anyone's watching on YouTube. I think YouTube is infotainment. It is an infotainment channel. It's for information or entertainment. And I think the information is how to, and I don't think it works well with relationships. So I'm going to pivot. I'm going to stop making long form content that is that. And I'm going to start doing some more stuff that I think is fun, stuff that I want to do. And then we'll just see where that goes. Because either you enjoy watching and getting to know what I'm doing, the journey I'm on, but I'm going to start documenting whatever journey it is that I'm on at that moment. I realized that I am a husband, a father, a therapist, and an entrepreneur. And I am constantly doing things and working on things. And I'm finding out that it is not necessarily coming across in the videos that I'm doing. I spent a ton of time working on the videos, doing the homework for the video, making sure that what I said didn't offend anyone, to make sure, and I'm done. I'm done doing any of that. From now on, I'm going to create the stuff I want to create. You either like it or you don't like it. You can tune in or tune out. That's it. And so that's where I think I'm going to be heading in season 6 of this podcast. And I appreciate the fact that you've stuck around. I appreciate the fact that you've listened. And I thank you for following me on this journey. I know it's been a rough one. I have tried to start multiple businesses. It's usually all the same one, to be quite honest. It's just me trying to get my feet wrapped around what I actually want to do online. I know that I've taught online courses. I've taught college. I've created several websites that I'm working on. And I think I'm going to start sharing some of that journey as well, because it's sort of bleeding over from online to offline. So I'm doing a lot more stuff in person when it comes to doing therapy, building out a private practice and doing that, and then making it, forming it under a separate company. And so I'll share a little bit more of that next season, because I've got some things that I'm looking to try and do. And so there's it's basically two sides to that coin. And anyway, I will explain that next season. Thanks for sticking around listening. If you have any questions, any comments, any direction you think I should be pivoting on or towards, please do let me know. I would appreciate that. I get the fact that I'm tenacious. I'm not going to stop, but I'm also a little bit frustrated because this isn't going the way I thought it would go. And I know too often people give up. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going. So you'll be able to follow along this journey until I succeed. What that success is going to look like, one can only guess. But I know that this next season, season 6 of Grow an Online Business, is going to be the best one yet. I'm super excited about the things that we're going to be trying to do in that season. I recognize that my focus has been a little bit off. I know who I am and what I do. I don't know how to present that online. And so that's what season 6 is going to be about. It's going to be about me building the Aaron Jarrels brand. And so I'm going to be building my brand, my personal brand, and then utilizing that to leverage all of the different platforms. So I will be switching the type of content that I do to match the platform that it's on. So I'm going to try and stop forcing my method onto the platform. And I'm going to start writing the platform for what it's good for and what it's known for. And then I'm going to start using, obviously, SEO, search engine optimization. I'm going to be utilizing that this season. I'm going to be transitioning a little bit into basically brand awareness, and then coming full circle. I not only need to be able to tell everybody else what my brand is, but I need to understand what it is completely. I've got to basically take everything I'm doing and boil it down to a one single sentence where I can say, I am Aaron Jarrels and this is what I do. And it's difficult because I've tried a bunch of different things. Oh, transition, transform your life, change your mind, transform your life. Oh, I help couples find their happy. I've tried all of these different catchphrases that all feel good, but they don't feel completely right. Because I know what I do and I know where I want to go. But making those two things congruent and making them homogenous so that they connect, I haven't found the connection quite yet. And that's what this season's going to be about. It's going to be about building the brand of Aaron Jarrels and then how I leverage that brand on all the different platforms. So next season, we're going to be doing and talking about my YouTube channel because that's taken a hard pivot. We are talking about short form content because I'm going to start creating a lot more short form videos that I will be putting out on Reels, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of them. And I think possibly this season, I may be trying to integrate a little bit more Twitter, and I'm not sure yet. We're really going to have to play that one by ear. I haven't fully gotten to a place where I recognize what it's for, okay, and then how to utilize it. I've done some things where I put videos on there. Tried that. It never really worked. So I know that I'm not using that platform for what it's good for and for the reason that it is good. And so there's that. I will probably start streaming in season 6 sometime, possibly maybe mid-season 6, we'll have to see. I'm in the process of learning Twitch, so I will start streaming the podcast on Twitch, and then I will even be taking some live comments from y'all. So if you guys want to join in, watch the podcast being recorded live, and then become a part of it, I will be learning to watch chat and then pick up who's watching, when they're watching, and then answer the questions that they post. And then if there's no live questions and you post in questions after the fact, I will be answering those questions as well and taking your advice. So I appreciate everybody. And I appreciate everybody who's listened, everybody who has liked and who has shared this podcast. I've noticed some recognizable growth this last season. It's getting much more exciting. And it makes it much easier to do the podcast. I know that when I only had like 2 listeners, it was difficult. And watching right now, just on Spotify, it's like upwards of 28. And then overall, it says that it's hovering right around the 50, 60 mark. That is enormous growth, especially for doing nothing other than just continuing doing what I'm doing. I'm hopefully putting out decent, listenable content. And so that's the goal. That's what I've been working on. That's what we will be working on in this next season. So season 6, Grow an Online Business. I look forward to seeing you in it. Until then, thanks for listening.